everyone, and welcome back to Wolf Quest 3, where we are here with the last of the Starfall pack as Silver of Song is actually spending some time with none other than Shattered in Pines, who unfortunately apparently is one of the last members of his former pack as well. I'm still kind of reeling that of all of the names that he ended up getting. Oh, and do we not have... Oh, I didn't get to name the females we ran into, and now apparently we don't know him as a roaming male, so I can't actually see what pack he's from, but I think he was from like actually, I think we can still smell his former, like, that's the dispersal field. No, we just smell him now. Like, that's so interesting. So he's kind of like, yes, my pack was lost, so lost that apparently they don't even have a name. And I really did not mean to just go and like the first sad wolf we ran into, Silver of Song just ended up somehow forming a bit of a bond with, but he's actually pretty sweet. And now we have the quest to go ahead and see if we would like to go and make him our mate. We still have plenty of time left before we really have to worry about like pushing it hard to be able to find our own mate. We still have a lot, I mean, look at this. A lot of territory that we have not explored at all, let alone even thought about trying to investigate what the other main wolf packs in this area are like, so we can see if we want to possibly maybe elbow them out of the way. But considering we have Silver of Song, who's a very cautious and somewhat laid back wolf who really kind of just accepts that she will do her best. But unlike a lot of our former packs from the literally hundreds of episodes of Wolf Quest we have had in the past, Silver of Song does not give me the impression that she is like rough and tough, full of vengeance, determined to carve out her place for her children and her legacy. Instead, she gives me a much more nuanced, kind of grounded feeling of wanting to do her best for her pack and wanting to do her best to be able to leave a legacy and to take care of her children, but she doesn't have that intensity that many of our past wolves have. So I don't see her as a somewhat more cautious is a strong word, but she's not going to go out of her way to pick a fight that doesn't need to be like picked. However, it does look like the Cottonwood Creek pack's territory has been really ebbing away as time has gone on. I personally am really excited to see if we can last from generation to generation and see how long we can make this Iron Wolf saga go, which might be today, could be the last day because it's been so long since the Starry Skies packs ancestors have played Wolf Quest, but we're gonna see if we can make this last generations, and if we can make this last generations, then there's a chance that we can watch the evolution of the Cottonwood Creek, the Coyote Creek, the Buffalo Plateau packs as well, and we might even see them like a new pack rise. We might see the names start changing around. That could be really exciting, and there's so much land left to explore. And to be honest, there are so many other wolves left to go ahead and possibly meet as well. So let's go ahead and let's see if this is actually going to be a good potential mate. Do we smell any potential food? There's some mule deer. There's a lot. Oh, well, there is the sagewort herd of the elk, and that would take us kind of towards Geode Creek, so that would lead us somewhat in the direction that we wanted to investigate. But considering the fact that we did see the battlefield pack wolves and the two males, and considering the fact that, let's see, maybe we can go ahead, I want to be able to maybe just sniff noses to kind of like imagine they're having a little bit of a conversation about this. Look at him. He's very sweet. Do we need a sweet and playful mate for being able to like help us survive, especially in an Iron Wolf experience? Possibly not. Is that what we seem to have gotten anyway? Yes. Okay, there's just foxes around here, and also those bison that we do want to be a little careful of. And there's the sagewort herd again. The male wolves from the battle wolf pack, and honestly any of the female dispersals, I would also want to be cautious running into anyway. So any of the other wolves I would want to be cautious of, do happen to be kind of in this area, but not particularly close from the look of it. So let's go ahead. We haven't heard any other responses to the howling. We'll give it kind of a little look as we start loping our way through the forest. And let's just see if maybe we could get lucky and the herd happens to be right over the hillside. The answer is no. However, the pronghorn down here, some mule deer went the opposite direction a while ago, and we haven't lost track of the scent of the herd. So let's see, what happened here? Mule deer zigzagging around. Oh my gosh, he was play bowing for us again. And it does seem like the sagewort herd and the battlefield wolves happen to be in the same direction. They might be hunting this herd, and if that's the case, we might want to use a little bit of caution. And then, yeah, we're headed towards Geode Creek again. Eventually, we might learn the landscape well enough that we won't have to rely on some sort of... Well, I guess you know what? I don't feel as bad looking at the map right now if you think about the concept of we are the starry skies ancestors watching from above. It literally, if the stars were looking down, they're gonna have like a great view of the entire area. So I guess even if she does not know of the starry skies ancestors, we at least have the benefit of being able to have a star eye view, let alone a bird's eye view. I'll take it. The one thing we don't have the benefit of, though, is the fact that, oh my gosh, and now he's just like digging. Do you want a nap? You know what? We'll go ahead and we'll get this little rest. Because actually these two are pretty tired. They were getting more and more exhausted as they were kind of exploring and running. I get the feeling that both of them have possibly been traveling a lot more than some of the other dispersal wolves to kind of keep out of range and keep out of reach of some of the others. Look at him again! So, I mean, if he proves to be really good with the pups by being able to play a lot, that's one thing. But we kind of need more than just being playful. Alright. Oh, wow. I guess a grizzly bear walked past whilst we were sleeping. Oh, and look at how beautiful it is. Yes, the silvery glint of the stars overhead would definitely be something that I think Silver of Song would be very enamored with, very drawn to. But let's see. Seems like the herd might be this way. But even though the setting is so nice, and even though we have a lot of, oh, where'd the herd scent go? Shadow, do you smell anything? I really hope I can start calling you Pines as a nickname, because rolling the random name generator, like name prompt list basically, that I had, and then seeing like Shattered Alone were the two, Shattered and Alone were the two like prompt words for him. Again, like, yes, he seems happy and he's a little, he likes digging stuff. The D Borga pack. Okay, this is a new group, and also we've lost the trail. Curses. We have lost the trail of the elk. Maybe we don't have to just hunt elk. Let's double check really quickly. Let's see. So we will need to go ahead. If you have a trial mate, hunt, eat, and socialize together to boost your affinity to 1,000 or 2,000. Oh my gosh. Well, they'd really be a good match if they had that kind of affinity. All right, let's keep going this way. We do have the scent of some mule deer going the opposite direction, but I just can't help but feel, oh, do we have a lucky rabbit's foot? That's always a good sign. Oh, there it goes. Okay, somewhere. Aha. There we go. Oh my gosh, and then we ran right into a pine tree. Maybe that's a little bit of a sign. Is he hungry? It'd be really nice to be able to get like a glimpse of how his hunger is doing. Oh my gosh, he's starving! What? Pine's here. Like, not only was he's like really hungry, down to like 30% on his hunger. So, did that help at all? Like a little tiny bit. We need to like pick up the pace. I didn't realize you were that hungry. Bull moose. Okay, that's not the kind of pace we can pick up though. That's a little outside of our ambitions at the moment. I'm just gonna be honest. However, he's clearly worse off than we are, so let's go ahead and offer him these rabbits, because he's not going to be able to help us much with a tougher hunt. And I do appreciate how he's letting us have a chance to eat first. Oh, but look, he's like relieved and the affinity is going up because we're helping him survive. Oh, Shattered, come on. Or, oh, dang it, I really wanted to call him Pines as a nickname because Shattered is so sad. But it seems like he just really is just a sad puppy because he doesn't have anyone. He didn't even keep his pack name long enough for us to really like recall it. Woo, okay, we're gonna want to be careful here. However, this is a good sign, even if we need to be very careful at the steepness that we're at, to stumble upon so many of the rabbit's feet at least. So while he eats that, we'll stick our noses out. Anything? More rabbits, I think. But a bunch of rabbits, a healthy pack does not make. However, it's keeping him from being on the verge of death, which I'll accept. But again, we really need to get a little bit better at locating. Aha! Oh my gosh, really? Oh, that's such a relief. Yes, there's the herd again! I was gonna say we need to get a lot better at locating the herds if we're going to be able to survive, because just grabbing a few rabbits is not going to cut it. Oh, are they right over here? Oh my gosh, the scent is so mixed together. There they are! Okay, so we are definitely downhill. And this will be our first proper hunt with him. How far are we? Wow, it feels like we've gone so far and we barely really kind of moved. Being able to keep a good, wide, established territory is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. And then let's see if we can get a good glimpse of anybody who looks like they might be. He's watching us and mimicking us carefully. Is he gonna be a good hunter? Who did that? Somebody is howling like right next to us, and if they spooked the herd while we're trying to pick out, would you guys stop? There's another pack nearby, and we're trying to pick out which one of these elk might be. Would you guys stop? Okay. Okay, move, move, move. Oh, this is a injured elk calf. Shattered, if you could help me, we could probably... Yes, get it, get it. Okay, distract the mom. Don't take any major hits, please. I'll dodge as well. Okay, he is definitely distracting her. I would say that went like a really fantastic hunt. And this time around, it seems like there was another wolf pack who may have been nearby, and they may have actually gone ahead and already have attacked this like herd, so it seems, because everybody was, look at him, he's so relieved. He's like, oh my gosh, I was so close to starving to death, and this is probably the first proper full meal he's had in ages. Look at how happy he is. You know what? That's right. The other pack can back off. Because this is going to be our full meal. I think he's really like happy about this. Possibly the first full meal he's had in ages. Did either of us take any damage? Let's see. I think we're pretty good. We're just tired, but no injuries on either of us. So I think we really pulled that off. Excellent, 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 you two. All right, let's grab a little bit of this as extra food. And then we actually won't go too far this time. We're just going to step over to the sides. Can I jump up here? Because this looks like a really nice rock just to kind of... Oh, well, okay. To jump off of and leave a gigantic chunk of meat on the ground. Look, I guess beggars can't be choosers, but there we go. Oh, this is nice. Oh, look at her. Yeah, I'd say that this is a good spot. We'll let these two rest. Was that a coyote? That was already a coyote coming over. While we were going ahead and settling down for a nap, a coyote like just strolls up to eat some of our kill. But I do feel like Silver gets tired really easily, but I like to think that maybe part of that is just... Oh, that's a cougar. Well, Shattered, did you get some of the this meat? Because... And then Shattered's chasing off a fox. But that's definitely a large cougar. Are we full otherwise, though? Yeah, otherwise we're doing great. So, I mean, look at him. He's such a funny, like, he's just like such a digger. All right, let's go ahead. Maybe we'll sniff noses just to see how things are. And then he's definitely happy because we've gone ahead and... Oh, he doesn't want to sniff noses while we're dealing with this. All right, we'll leave this cougar alone. There's probably no reason to actually bother with it. And I do want to go ahead and see if... I mean, I feel like that was a great hunt. So maybe now we should start heading a little bit maybe to the north, or at least follow the creek a little bit. Just, there's no reason to pick a fight we don't need to worry about. Maybe we can follow and see if we can find more evidence of where some of the other deer, some of the other herds happen to be, and maybe we'll even be able to hunt one of these mule deer while we're still in good form, not the pronghorn. If we can hunt the pronghorn, then Shattered is absolutely meant to be our mate, because that would be exceptionally impressive. And we're going the opposite direction of where the deer went. Well, that does not bode well for our abilities to go ahead and do that hunting. However, I think there's mule deer, possibly fawn over here. Moose, 25 minutes ago. Okay. That's a big moose. We're going to leave that moose alone, especially because it looks like it brought a tornado with it. What? We don't need to mess with you, sir. I almost wish there was like a grizzly bear. Wow, okay, that's a cranky moose. Oh man, especially not as an iron wolf. Oh wow, it really does look like that moose brought a tornado. Wait, can you have tornadoes now? Okay, this is suspicious. We're gonna keep moving. We already have observed the power of bison, and so I think we will not, we won't be too egregious with what risks we do take. However, here is the mixed up scent of the mule deer again. It seems like there's like a whole mule deer rush, just moving this direction. We haven't, other than those other wolves that we kind of heard at the edges of that pack, or at the edges of that herd. Let's see. Mule deer, pronghorn. Oh, I hope the scent isn't going to get too washed away from... They were all over the place. They zagged. Did they run into this moose? Did the mule deer run into... No, the moose and the mule deer were a few hours apart. Oh. And then here was a lucky rabbit's foot very, very recently. Wow. Oh, Shattered, look at that. That's actually kind of amazing. I don't think that he is much of one for being out in the open like this, though. I think both of these two would prefer, all things considered, to stay deeper in the forest and probably as a result stay further up north. But that means we are going to have a trickier time because if we turn around and we focus on mostly staying to the north, we won't be near any of the den sites we've already discovered. However, it's a big world. Now that the rain and the tornado moose have calmed down, let's go ahead, maybe like we'll spend a moment interacting with him. Just kind of see how things are going. Is he full? I think, yeah, look at that. Just rolling onto his back to kind of play again. Yeah, he's very submissive in his own way with just wanting to be like playing and not too worried about things. And I think we'll go ahead, we'll do a little chin rest. I don't want to wear out the interactions, but I think this is possibly going to be a good relationship for these two. And I think we will absolutely continue to move up towards the north. Let's see. Oh, and the lucky rabbit's foot. Oh, was just like right here? Well, I wouldn't turn that down because we didn't exactly fill our stomachs. Silly us. Wait, where'd the lucky rabbit's foot go? If it disappeared that fast, the answer is usually eagle, coyote, fox. Yep, the fact the lucky rabbit's foot trail kind of disappearing into the grasslands, I'm gonna say we'll just take that as a cute sign that maybe we too will move out of the grasslands and instead head back into the forest. Get out of the snow, maybe see if the creek filled up with water while that unexpected moose tornado hit. And let's see if we can find another spot for food as the season is beginning to shift. That is a coyote, not a lucky rabbit. That is also a coyote, not a lucky rabbit. And then, yeah, mule deer a couple hours ago. We'll push into the forest instead. There's no scent that we are really able to follow for food, but... Whoa. Is that like a glacier in the distance? Oh my gosh. Is that like a waterfall in the distance? Wow. Can you imagine how disorienting it would be? The snow diminishing a lot of the scent trails we could follow. The whiteness of everything kind of blurring together, even the spots where you might run across a deadfall of branches. Oh, shattered. Okay, he just like went for it. What's that? Oh, it's a rabbit! Okay, the fact that we ran into, so loud. The wind, so loud. Are those ducks? No, those are crows, but I was gonna say, so help me, if some like ducks showed up, that would be adorable. And are these two lucky rabbits' feet down here? Oh, and there's the tornado moose again. Or maybe a different one that we will go ahead and we will give a wide berth to. But look at the water, that's really pretty. And Shattered's really happy and his affinity with us went up because once again we were able to give him a little food. And he even left a few bites of the lucky rabbit's foot for us. So let's give the moose a little more personal space. And then let's just try going up to the north. It seems like we're pushing a little bit into some of the territories of other packs, but he just hunted a hare and left it in case we were hungry. I would say that that is definitely looking up. I think that even though he was hungry and alone, there were actually the traits that we were looking for in a potential mate hiding within Shattered. And he's actually off and just like resting again. Okay, you know what? This just might work out. Oh, and we probably need to go ahead and get out of this rival pack territory by like walking 5 steps. Can the moose be like our defense? Is that possible? Are we out of the rival pack territory yet? I think if we come like down here, we're now out of the rival pack territory and we can hide behind this rock. and have another sleep away from the moose and away from the rivals. But we'll see how this works out. And one of the most important things that we're going to need to find as well is potential den sites, unless the beginning of the Starfall saga might have to be somewhere out in the open grasslands, which I don't think is where either of these two would be very interested in starting their pack. And we'll have to see if they are the ones that end up being together, because it's not a guarantee just yet. Especially because although we've been kind of laughing about how we don't have to worry about the more weakened Cottonwood Creek pack, they are still rival wolves, and they are still the second most deadly thing after hunger. Well, okay, third most deadly thing after hunters, hunger. Rival wolves are the top killers of other wolves. So let's keep our Iron Saga carrying on, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.